And it's Trey, you're live.
Okay, hello Africa.
Good afternoon, Africa. Welcome to this afternoon session of the African Youth in Agriculture Conference 2021 on the theme African Youth in Agriculture, Panacea for Africa's Development Challenges. This conference is a child of circumstance. We at the African Town Hall Online Television have gone forward to connect with different young Africans who are doing some wonderful things in their career, who have some evidence of something they can teach others, to feature as guests on our program, Conversations. We, within a space of 1 week, contacted 5 young Africans who are doing great things. And all 5 of them, when we discussed what they would speak about, the issues, the center of their conversation on African Town Hall to inspire other Africans, all of them wanted to speak on youth in agriculture, all of them. And this made us to begin to think in our studios what would be the best thing to do. We came to the conclusion that it would be a great thing if we have a conference on African youth in agriculture, since all 5 of these young people that we met wanted to speak about agriculture by the youth of Africa. And this is why we are here today. We all know that the major issues bedeviling Africa's development include poverty, hunger, and disease, and death, especially of very young people in preventable situations. Other challenges are young people who get engaged in businesses that do not sustain life, such as those who leave these villages, leave the communities, leave the farmlands, leave the opportunities to pursue agriculture, or even when they live in the cities where they can pursue agriculture, they don't do that. Instead, they will be involved in many jobs, such as commercial motorcycle riding. We, after a lengthy discussion, found that it would be a wise thing to bring to the fore the fact that African youth will make a big contribution to the development of this continent if we could farm. There was a recent study we looked at, and that study said the Europeans, the Americans, the Chinese, they all have a lot of things like technology, business that they are in control of. The only thing Africa is in control of is arable land, and these people do not have arable land. And the wonder is, why can't we make good use of arable land that we have to use it to develop ourselves and prepare ourselves for the development that Africa needs? At this session of conference, we are pleased to have one of Africa's young minds, Kiryowa Abdul from Uganda, who himself is a well-educated person in agriculture and someone who is practicing and working in that line and doing private agricultural practices that will help the rest of the continent. He's an influencer and an inspirational figure. And we are pleased to invite him to our studios to speak to Africa at this conference. Abdul, welcome to our studios. Abdul, welcome to our studios. Hello, Abdul. You can now speak to Africa.
Fellow youths from Africa, it's always a great honor to come back here, especially speaking in front of a big person such as Mr. Francis. I've been having some troubles with my network, but I think it is getting now clear. So once again, thank you so much for this great opportunity. It is always a pleasure to talk to the youths, especially around Africa, when I know that so many faces can hear what I'm going to say, and will take in perhaps the little they have heard from me. So youth involvement in agriculture as a simple topic.
Okay, I think like Abdul mentioned, challenges are happening with his network, but we know he will come back, so we will stand by. We'll stand by as we listen to Dr. Tamara Happyface Kaunda's address on youth employment in Africa in Kigali, Rwanda in 2018. Abdul is back, and let's see if we can continue to learn from him. And if we have issues again, we will move over to Dr. Tamara Happyface comments. Yes, Abdul.
I don't know whether I'm still online.
Yes, you are. You are. Go ahead. You're online, Abdul. Speak. Okay. Um, let's take this comment from Dr. Tamara Happyface Kaunda.
Okay, so we want to close it at this point, but if you feel you have a very burning issue, just one burning issue.
Yeah, this is a copy by, if you can have the camera, this is done by FOL. If you show this to a young people, a young person, a young woman like me, and say go into agriculture, they're going to go into it? Definitely not. I told the World Bank the same thing. If you want to make agriculture attractive, if you want to make it sexy, start by publishing it. Get a young person who's attractive, put them on this picture. I said this in Harare last year to say, can we try to make agriculture sexy? This organization, the UN, the FOA, whoever is involved in agriculture sector, the advertising, whoever you are, make agriculture sexy. This is the beginning point of making it attractive to the young people.
Right.
If you, the organizers, the frontiers, the people who are supposed to lead us are putting such pictures, what are you sending to a person, a young person from the village? You pick this picture and like, oh, this is what we're living. But if they see a young person here, very attractive like me, and you put me here, even the young men in the village, they'll be like, wow, I want to be like her. I mean, where am I going to find this woman? Let me join agriculture. I mean, this is practical. That's what we need to be talking about. So please, my request is that next time we're going to have such a conference, whatever is coming up, you can look for me on Facebook, Tamara Happyface Kaunda. Put my picture there and say she's a farmer. Yeah, and a medical doctor, yeah? Well, most people, they like to see me, oh, don't look at like she's farming, she's a doctor. No, I want to be called a farmer. Right. Because the problem we have in Africa is hunger. We don't need drugs. I work in a hospital, and I can guarantee you 80% of the diseases, why we're losing young people is because of poverty. So why then can't we give them the nutrition they need instead of the drugs? That's my switching from medicine to agriculture. So that's what we should be looking at. Another thing, she's from Singapore, I'm from Zambia. The borrowing rate in Zambia is about 35% to 40%. You can say, yes, I don't have, I don't want to go to the bank or whatever. No, I've tried going there. But why should I to make such a suicidal decision to go and borrow at a 40% rate? It's impossible. I want to go to the government to borrow. They say, no, you need to work for the government for 2 years. But I need the project running. I've got people following me. They need to come to the farm and see what I'm doing. So funding, we're not looking for charity. Like, I was quite offended by the doctor lady who said, no, farming is not a charity. Yes, we're not looking for charity. But if you can give me $10,000 at a rate of maybe 5%, 2%, like the Chinese come, they come with a lower percentage, and they come and invest here and they beat us, I cannot compete with her even if she came to Zambia, because she borrowed maybe from Singapore at a lower rate. But look at me in Zambia, 40%, that's suicide.
Right.
So we can talk and talk and talk, but let's create an enabling environment for the African youth. Because we can't have so much vast land, yet we are languishing in poverty. Netherlands cannot export to Africa if they don't feed their own people. Yes, I'm happy the young people are exporting, but why are we leaving our people? Why are they dying? African graves are the richest because we've lost so many young people to poverty and hunger. So we need to really critically look at agriculture as the oxygen for economical in Africa. It should not be a backbone. I can break my backbone today and I can live on. But if I don't have oxygen, I can't live on. So agriculture should be the oxygen of the economy in Africa. Thank you.
What a way to actually powerfully finish this conversation. One, make agriculture sexy in order to attract young people into it. And number two, start seeing agriculture as the oxygen of our economies and not just the backbone of our economies. From our teams right here, we want to say thank you for watching this CNBC Africa special. I'm Eugene Anangwe.
Very powerful words there from Dr. Tamara Happyface Kaunda, a very young person, a medical doctor by profession, who has veered into agriculture because she sees the veritable power that agriculture holds, even in the health of the people of Africa, and then in changing the economic narrative of Africa of the current times. We need agriculture. Many people have been of the opinion that there are challenges in being able to farm, but we have evidence that you do not need 1,000 acres of land to farm. You do not need even a plot of land before you can become a farmer, before you can farm either for your own food, even for cash crops. Our speakers have demonstrated that from their practical experiences so far. And we have this gentleman here. I'll show you this short video right now from this gentleman. He himself is a reverend gentleman. He's I think an engineer. He's a farmer. He farms around his house in a means. In fact, he farms with bags. He collects sand in bags and plants yam and other crops in them, and they grow. Let's listen to this gentleman and view what he has been able to do with his opportunity that he has around him without waiting for 1,000 acres of land or loans and so on.
Yes. Hello, Daddy. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. You are welcome.
Yes, sir. I am Comrade Engineer Adewale Afolabi from Africa Group of Company. So, can I meet you, sir?
You are welcome. My name is Reverend Dr. Akintunde Abraham. I'm a farmer, an engineer, and a motivator.
That's good. I'm very happy to meet you today, sir.
You're welcome.
And your innovations and creativities, I think, has really helped a lot of people. Now I am at doctor's residence, where many people can see the practical. Like some were saying they wish to see practical. They have posted videos of the yams people have harvested, and this is another evidence that it is really working. So I want you to, maybe in a few minutes, all this produce, the these plants, the yam that we have planted, little explanation, maybe since when you have planted, the one that maybe just spent 3 weeks, the one that just spent a month. To my surprise,
Actually, when somebody was telling us that it will take 1 year, it takes 7 months, it takes 9 months, I kept on laughing. This is purely irrigation. You are giving the plants the water required at the required time. So why should it take excessive time?
Sincerely,
This one you are looking at is just 3 weeks old.
my people,
Can any yam planted with hips come out like this in
in
3
3
weeks?
weeks, this is miracle.
The one behind you is just a month old.
A month.
This is just a month old.
Jesus
4
Christ.
weeks old. So what we are saying is that it is possible and it is practicable. What you do is get sacks. All these sacks, some people tell me they burn away sack.
Yes.
Well, in their site, they will throw it away, they will burn it. Don't burn it again. They are money. Wash them, put sand up to 50% of the bag, put your yam seedling, then put sand again up to 3/4 level. Then leave them and put water like 1 liter or 2 liters. Go and play. After 4 days, repeat the same thing. Allow the thing to come out by themselves. You can see that all these ones are coming out.
Yes.
They are already sprouting.
Sincerely.
In 3 weeks, we are getting yam like this.
Sincerely.
You can see some of them are even going to the
to the
sky
stake.
because they are seeing water at every time. But it must not be waterlogged. You don't say because they need water, then you pack all the water into it.
Yes.
Control the water. Let it be like a maximum of 2 liters in every 4 days. And then leave them to grow. When you have leaf like this, you can apply your super grow. This is sample of super grow. How do you mix this super grow? This container you are seeing in my hand is 15 mil. Just measure the 20 mil. This is 10 mil.
10 mil.
This is 10 mil. You can see very small. Minute. Turn 10 mil into 10
liters of bucket of water.
Fill it with water and take a bowl. Just spread it on the leaf.
And sprinkle.
Sprinkle on the leaf. You don't. This is not water for the plant. It's for the leaves.
For the leaves.
So when the leaves take this type of water, they will nourish. This is organic fertilizer by GNLD. It has been tested. I've tested it on over 30 hectares of cassava. And it has worked. I did not use a single NPK on my 30 hectares of cassava. And it gave me ample result. So if I do that and I get result, I'm telling you, you will get result. So by somebody that is saying it's 9 weeks, it's 7 weeks, come and tell me how many weeks with 1 month old yam. This yam, in the next 3 months, we will harvest it.
Tell me.
So come and tell me how your own is 9 months, how is 12 months. You see, when the natural heaps, you plant yam there, the first 3 months it has no rain, no water. That first 3 months is wasted. You are achieving nothing. You just kept the yam there. It is when the rain starts around March, April that the yam starts sprouting out.
Sprout out. Yeah.
But you are wetting this one from day one. So that means they will sprout out from as soon as possible. So thank you, Nigerians, you don't have any reason to complain. Leave government alone. Go and help yourself. And it's not necessary you look for yam seedling. If you cannot get yam seedling, buy a tuber of yam, cut it into pieces.
Yes.
Every part of yam can grow.
They will form the nuts.
They will form the nuts and they will
grow.
And then you enjoy yourself.
Yes.
We started, we tested with 10. Like the video I sent, that woman harvested.
That woman that harvested
we just were playing and told him, all these yam head you trade away, why not replanting them?
Like you are wasting
and
resources.
The woman tested it. Look at the pumper harvest she has in her compound. Some will say, are we going to replant what? This thing will grow. They will. In fact, many of the yam tuber you will get here will be better than the ones from the eaves.
After the ones that woman harvested, after eating or selling from it, they can get the ones they can replant again.
So that is it.
Reproduction will continue.
Ourselves. Let us stop depending on one government or the other. Let us do it ourselves. I've told my workers, when we want to start tomato planting, we will video it from day one to replanting, and make sure that you look at it and post it to the WhatsApp group, so that everybody can see that within your compound you will get enough food for you and your family.
This is really telling us, sir, that there's no cause for alarm. The northern people that want to stop their food from coming down to our side, we thank God.
Keep their food.
They should keep their food.
No, my wife called me about 3 days ago that they cannot see pepper in Lagos. I said, come back to Osun. Why? What are you doing in Lagos? In Osun, I'm eating pepper as if we are not buying it. So come here and see. I mean, within your compound, do your own small garden. Some people will use all their house to plant flowers, to decorate house.
Instead of food.
Use your food to decorate your house instead of a useless flower that has no economic value. Thank you very much.
In fact, you are welcome, sir. I am very grateful for this opportunity, and I pray God Almighty will reward you abundantly.
Amen.
You will continue to, you are going to be, you are already a father of the, you are the foundation, you are the investor. And we will continue to look forward to many other plans ahead.
Amen.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
So this will be shown on the platform.
Thank you.
Very soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, this not amazing? This is what we were preaching at this conference, and our speaker this morning, Mrs. Gloria Kanem, aka Madam Organic, made it clear that you do not need any special things to start. Mr. Roxy Welele, who spoke to us yesterday, said you do not need anything to start. You just need to want to start. And your compound, Roxy Welele, who himself is a aesthetics building contractor, made it clear that those flowers, like this man has seconded that opinion, that those flowers you plant in your house, in your rooms, you can make them crops, vegetables, and fruits that you can harvest. First, they are producing you the benefit of a flower, which is to increase oxygen, green, clean oxygen around you. Then you are also having plants like grains, fruits, and vegetables, which you can now make convert as food. This is another evidence. The video we just shared now with this engineer, PhD educated engineer, is one evidence that these things can happen. African youth, your presence in agriculture is the only solution to the problem of Africa's development. The challenges we face in development in Africa will be solved when the young people will hit the ground running in agriculture. Because all the other countries, they have technologies. They don't have land, arable land. They have to work hard to convert what they have to farming. The richest men on this continent and in the world, many of them are farmers. Why can't you convert the arable land that God has blessed you with near your house, even if you are living in a rental, your pouch, anywhere close to you. Those rooms, you flower pots, these plant pots that you use to put flowers, make them crops, make them vegetables, garden eggs, and all of that. They can all grow out of this place. And it is a wonderful thing this man has taught us about um, the yam, that you can grow yam in 4 months instead of 8 to 12 months that we use normally. Because if you are pouring only, according to him, 2 liters of water every 4 days, in 4 months, your yam will become big, and you will start harvesting, even right inside the bags. So goes with all the other crops. So, African youth, we need you to know that your presence, your participation, your commitment in agriculture is the answer to the problems that we have in development in Africa. We cannot abandon it. God did not give us lots of arable land for nothing. Maybe you do not know, African continent, the size of the continent of Africa physically on the ground is bigger than China, United States, and the whole of Europe put together. If you bring their grounds, the land for these three continents and match them together, they are still smaller than the African continent. If that is the case, and then our own is arable, is farmable, everything can grow in it. So we invite you to get involved in agriculture to solve the problem of development in Africa, to solve the problem of health, to solve the problem of poverty and hunger. If you had Dr. Tamara Happyface, she's a medical doctor. She can continue to walk around in hospitals for the end of her life, but she saw what is important, the importance of agriculture, and she had taken it up. Let's join hands. The best brains are going into agriculture. The richest people are going into agriculture. Mrs. Sekanem told us this morning that no less a person as the president of African Development Bank, Dr. Deshino, said that by 2030, the richest men in Africa will all be farmers and around the world. Come join now so that you can compete for that wonderful position in future. This situation where we sell land and go and buy motorcycle to go to urban centers to become Okada men is a terrible thing to do. We are shortening our lives. We are not contributing to the development of the continent, and we are creating stress. Lagos is banning Okada totally, or meaning commercial motorcycle. And when that happens, many other cities will follow suit. Many other states will follow and ban it all over the state because of the challenges, the health, and the criminal angle that these things foster. Because of that, if that is the angle of business you've taken, you see that you're going to be out of business in a short while. This is the time to make hair while the sun shines. Now, concerning Mr. Kiryowa Abdul from Uganda, we are rescheduling his conference address. He has prepared a very powerful address that will inspire with his personal experiences. So as soon as we are working on the technical issues that he's having, as soon as that is over, we will reschedule and then bring him back to speak to us, because his voice is critical to what we are discussing here. So thank you all very much for being with us and for viewing this. Like we used to tell you before, if this is the first time of coming to our YouTube channel, The African Town Hall, we invite you to subscribe to it and click the notification bell so you will receive notice and information of our future live broadcasts and posts, uploads. Thank you very much, and do have a great day.